Hey, everybody, welcome to day 16. I can't believe it. We're past the halfway mark. I hope you had a good time yesterday, really applying some of these principles to just your day to day. And that truly is where we take this practice and what we do with it and apply it to our life. So I hope you had fun with that. Let's get back to movement today. Let's get back into our bodies. We're going to start with my favorite little hip opener, kind of get into my body. So I'm going to shift my legs over to the left, and I'm going to be sitting mostly on my right cheek. Okay, right hand is just going to float down to the mat. Just going to sit here for a second. This position is often referred to as like a mermaid. And if you're a man, it's a merman. It's all good. Should feel a nice stretch over the left quadricep. So just take a minute here before we start moving a lot and just sink into yourself. Just sink into your practice, whether you're inside or outside. Close your eyes just for a second, maybe 2 or 3 breaths. This gratitude for this particular day, gratitude for your body, for your breath, for the sweet birds that chirp, for the whisper of a breeze. There's so much to be thankful for. All right hand is going to plant down. If you're in a chair, simply slide your legs to the left. Place your right hand either down, or if you have a surface you can place it on, that's great. Left arm goes up, and then side bend over. Bend your right elbow. We're going to flow with this. Inhale up. Exhale, let it float. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale, let it float. One more. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale, let it float. We're going to spin now. Go ahead and take your hands, both hands, to the outside of your right leg. If you're in a chair, twist to the right. And then if you're able to, we're going to come on down to our forearms. This is a beautiful, wonderful stretch for the low back, left side. Take your eyes to your right hip and just hang here. Just breathe. Start to come back to your hands. If you're on your forearms, walk your hands close to your body and spin your heart back to front. Let's do the other side. Swing your legs over. Feet to the right, sitting on your left cheek. Ay, 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 ay. Left hand down, right hand up. Exhale. Oh, beautiful. Inhale up. Exhale, let it float. 2 more. Inhale up. Just waking up the body here. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Let it float. Bring both hands to the outside of the left leg. Spin to the left. If you're able to, come down to your forearms. If that's not available to you, just stay on your hands. Look at your left hip. Breathe. Forearms will return to hands. Swing your belly back to front, and let's make our way to all fours. So I'm just going to turn. If you're sitting in a chair, feet are underneath the knees. You've got that 90-degree bend. Tops of the feet are going to press into the mat if you're on the ground like me. We're going to start with cat. Push against the floor. Pull the sternum to the spine. Tuck the chin. Should feel amazing. From cat pose, keep the round in your spine and drop your heels, your hips to your heels ish. Come back up. Keep the round. Now we change it. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Lift the nose. Exhale, round the spine. Keep the tail tucked. Think back to maybe a baby child's pose. Keep it round. Rise back up. Push your heart through. Lift your nose. Exhale to round. 1 more time. Keep the tail tucked. Keep the spine round. Sink back. You should feel a nice stretch. Rise back up. Keep the curl. Now dive your heart forward. Beautiful. Come back to tabletop. Drop your forearms. This is called Puppy dog pose. It's a version of down dog, a little softer. Drop your head to the mat, keep your hips nice and high, and then walk your fingertips out in front just a little bit. Should be a nice stretch for the shoulders. If down dog is not available to you for wrist reasons or anything that's showing up, this is always a great option. Come back to tabletop. We're going to start stirring the honey pot. So all I'm doing is taking my body around in an oval, letting my hips sink back towards my heels, letting my body come forward of my wrists and my shoulders. And I'm just stirring, elbows bend, head follows. Just make it your own. One more rotation and then reverse it. Go the other way. Nice way to get the crinks out in the morning or at the end of a work day. Two more. And you feel a tightness in the body. Stirring the old honey pot is amazing. All right, come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes if that's available. If not, you'll come to puppy dog. Oops, I just lost my ring. Hold on. All right, down dog. Here we go. Hips go up, eyes go to the toes. The energy that we have is that our heart is going towards our thighs. Tuck your chin a bunch. Now, let's make sure that we're in a good space placement-wise. So come forward like you want to take a push-up. You shouldn't have to adjust your hands or your feet. Take a breath and then exhale, down dog. Do that 2 more times. Inhale forward. Exhale, down dog. One more inhale forward. Exhale, downward facing. Beautiful dog. All right, feet are hip distance. We're going to inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, spin your heels to the right. Get a nice stretch. Heels center, lift them. Exhale, drop your heels to the left. Should be a nice stretch. Inhale, back up. Exhale, drop your heels. Take your eyes forward and then begin to walk your feet forward until you get halfway up your mat into a forward fold. From the forward fold, keep your knees nice and bent. I'm so tight. Inhale, rise on up. Backs of my legs are feeling it. Let's do 3 half sun salutations just to get us connected to our body. If you're in a chair, obviously this can be done beautifully in a chair. Here we go. Turn your palms, shine your heart forward. Find something beautiful, whether it's a painting on your wall or a flower in your yard or the reflection of your face in a window. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive, knees bend. Keep it soft, keep it soft. Come up halfway, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, turn your palms. This should be familiar to you now. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rebuild the spine. Turn the palms. Exhale, one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rebuild your spine. Get to the very top. Turn your palms. Okay. I'm going to turn towards you. I'm going to take my hands down by my side, and then I'm going to shoot my thumbs up to a letter T. Okay. Once my hands are in the letter T, I'm going to pull my arms back. So if I were to turn, you could see my arms are behind me. This is forcing a very open heart, a nice stretch for the chest. Take my right hand, drop it to the right leg, left arm to the sky, and then over. We've created a lot of space here. Inhale up. Exhale, arms float to a T. Pull them back. Left arm drops, right arm reaches. Oh, feel that through the right ribs. Come on back. Bring your arms in front. Have a seat in an imaginary chair. Hands come to heart center. Hands come to heart center. Now, if you're able to, take a deep bend in the hip crease. Lift up your toes away from the ground, and we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. rise up. We're going to add on to this. I prefer my hands at heart center. You can have your arms straight out in front or down by your side. It's totally preference for your back. So feet are underneath the hips. We're going to bring the hands to heart center, have a seat in the imaginary chair. Take your right hand, sweep it behind you. Left hand comes forward. Pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, final 1. Come back, hands to heart center. Left hand behind, right hand forward. Pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, final 1. Hands to heart center. Hold. Inhale to rise. Now, if you're in a chair doing this, gonna hinge from the hip crease, lean forward. Same thing, okay? But you might pulse your arms just to get a little extra resistance. We're gonna add on to this chair, okay? So don't think about it. Just be with it. Hands to heart center. Have a seat in the imaginary chair. Lift your toes. Take your eyes down and breathe. Just gonna hold here. You should be feeling it in your back sides and in your thighs. Lift your toes, look at them, wiggle them. They're there. One more breath. We're gonna sweep the right arm back. Here's where we're gonna add on. Right arm's gonna come down, bring it forward. Inhale, rise, bring your right leg with you. Don't think about it. Beautiful. Take a breath. Exhale, hands to heart center. Have a seat in the imaginary chair. Left arm sweeps back, right arm sweeps forward. Look at your toes. Don't think about it. Left arm comes down. As it comes down, it comes up. Left foot lifts. Hold here. Beautiful. Take a breath. And exhale, hands to heart center. Have a seat in the chair. Beautiful. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, final 1. Rise up. Now I'm going to turn to the top of my mat because we're going to add on to that, but I need the space in my mat. Hands come to heart center. Have a seat in the imaginary chair. Lift your toes. Look at them. Right hand comes back. Left hand comes forward. Feel that length. Beautiful. Drop your right hand. Bring it through. Bring your right foot with you. Beautiful. Here's where we add on. Take a breath. Exhale. Step it back. Sink into your bent left leg. You with me? Delicious. Hands to heart center. Lean forward. Left hand goes back, right hand goes forward. Turn your head, look at your left hand. Big twist. Drop your left hand. Reach your right hand to the sky. Feel that through the belly. Windmill the arms back up and around. Belly comes forward. Hands come to heart center. We pause. Shift the weight into your left leg. Hop it halfway up. Here comes pyramid pose. Shoot your arms out in front. Strong lines. Take a breath. Hinge from your hip crease. Exhale and lower. Hands find the left leg. You will, I won't. Okay, so maybe I'm just going to be here today. Maybe I'm just here, and that's okay. Or maybe I'm just going to stay upright. If you're able to fold over your left leg, just let your hands find the left leg. Stay for 2 breaths. One more breath. If you have folded, rebuild your spine and step your right to meet your left. We're going to do the whole thing on the other side. Hands come to heart center. Have a seat in the imaginary chair. Feel it? Now, here we go. Left goes back, right goes forward. Feel the twist. Left goes down, left arm. Come on through, bring your left leg with you. Balance work is good. Take a breath here. On your exhale, step way back, high lunge. Organize your body. Sink into your right leg. Feel it. Hands come to heart center. Lean forward. Reach your right arm forward, left arm back, twist, turn and look. Ooh, feel that? It's so good. Bring your right hand down. Fantastic. Hands to heart center. Shift the weight into your right leg and step halfway up. Pyramid pose. Shoot your arms out in front. Take a breath. Lower your hands, soften your right knee. Fold over your right leg, maybe grab it, maybe grab the floor. Stay for 2 good breaths. Roll the spine to stand. Step the feet together. Hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Empty the breath. Take a giant step back with your right foot. Turn towards me. Toes go out. Heels come in. We've been here before. Thumbs to the inside, fingers to the outside. Lean forward. Drop your left shoulder. Should feel nice. Come back up. Drop your right shoulder. Come back up. Just hang here for a minute. Release the low back. We're going to come all the way down. Do it gracefully or not. You pick. I'm going to rise up, turn my toes, and just shimmy on down. We're going to come to 2 twists on our back. So lay down on your back. Feet are going to be as wide as your yoga mat to start. Knees are high if you're in a chair. Separate your legs wide. Here we go. Drop the knees to the left. Should feel a nice, beautiful stretch over the right ribs, right psoas, right hip flexor. Come back to center and drop your knees to the right. Feel that stretch over the left hip flexor, left psoas muscle, just that band of tight tissue that runs between the hips and the ribs. Come back to center. Bring your knees to your chest. Give a tight squeeze if you can, a little ball, maybe rock and roll a little bit. This time, tee out your arms, palms face down. That's grounding. And drop your knees to the left. Keep them nice and tight towards the chest. Should feel a beautiful stretch through the right shoulder, front of the shoulder, front of the chest. Come back to center and drop to the right. Keep them close. Come back to center. Drop your feet, put your hands somewhere on your body and close your eyes. We're halfway through August. Take a breath. There is a slight indication of change. The mornings around here have a slight crisp to them. These days of August can sometimes feel so long and drawn out. But if we look for that tiny little glimmer of change, it's coming. We can feel hope. And sometimes hope is so small. It's just a little flicker, a little light over there that reminds us to go that way, to walk that way. So if your life is a struggle or it feels long and tiring, look for that tiny little glimmer of hope, that one little spark of goodness. Walk towards that goodness. Take a breath. Empty the breath. As always, you're welcome to stay as long as you want just to be and absorb the practice. Or you can close your practice with me and go on with your day. And I hope you have a beautiful one. Tomorrow's practice will fall on a Saturday, so it will be that 30-minute. I've got a nice little one planned, and then the following day will be restorative. So have a beautiful day, day 16. Hope it's a great day for you, and I'll see you soon. Take care.